The game doesn't always have to tell us everything. Sometimes discovering things for ourselves can be a ton of fun, but sometimes it can feel a bit more frustrating as things we end up discovering should have been more clearly communicated to us. Here are some things I really wish Fire Emblem Engage would have dedicated more time to teach us, the players. Early on in the game, you are given an emblem ring to use the game's titular engage mechanic and the option to create bond rings. There may have also been a quick one-page blurb about gaining SPs while equipping rings, and that's where the problem starts. The players are not given bond rings when they are first introduced to the mechanic, nor are they made to make bond rings with their bond fragments, and some players may not even know what to do with SP. What the heck is that? They haven't played the game enough to really understand skill inheritance and even gaining SP. They just figured if I do stuff, I'll get SP. And soon enough, the average player may discover that you need an emblem ring equipped to get SP. And perhaps now, after they realize that, they'll do a little bit more digging and find out that any ring will do. And that's when it all hits the player. If they did play without bond rings for a couple chapters, they just shot themselves in the foot, not only because they didn't get any SP for their characters this whole time, but also because SP is actually generally hard to generate without a specific farming method like using Great Sacrifice on Micaiah. So if you're doing a no-grind maddening playthrough, this might actually be even worse for you if you didn't know about it sooner, because you are not given as many skirmish opportunities as other difficulty modes to make back the SP loss. And on top of all that, many inheritable skills in the game have SP costs that don't truly align with their power, so you may end up overspending on skills that you didn't really want anyways. You just wanted to try stuff, but you can't really refund it. And as mentioned before, SP is hard to farm. That's a whole topic for another time, and it is a frustrating design choice that they made. They really should have made the players make 10 bond rings for free, whatever they get. At least it would be something that they'll want to equip to their units, because if nothing else, bond rings are free stat increases. Next up, you may have heard this from other content creators already, but this is a big fat PSA for everybody. You should not wait until level cap to job advance for many different reasons. Every character from the moment they join your army has an internal level that the game keeps, and the higher this internal level, the harder it is to gain XP for that character. For example, if Clan joins a level 10 and you take him to level 20, but Fram joins a level 5 and you take her to level 20, Clan would have an internal level of 20 while Fram has an internal level of 15, and because Fram is a lower level, her XP scaling is not as harsh, but there's more to it than that. To get to the same internal XP, Fram would have to level up 5 times in the advanced class, and once she does, they'll have the same XP scaling, but Fram had 5 levels in an advanced class, which means she probably got better stats if you are playing in randomized mode, which is the default setting for normal and hard difficulty. This is because the growth rates for units are partially tied to classes, and advanced classes generally have higher growth rates. And if you're afraid of missing out on stat growths, have no fear. By spending a second seal, you can reset your unit to level 1 of that advanced class, or any other advanced class for that matter, essentially putting the unit in prestige mode where they reset to level 1 but they keep all the stats they had before, allowing you to level them back up to 20 again to round out the rest of your stats. If you're having a good time so far, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more Fire Emblem Engage content. Thanks! Some of you may already know this next one, but PSA for those who don't. Every time you see an achievement pop up in your playthrough, like landing a critical hit a certain amount of times or deploying a unit a certain amount of times, there's an associated bond fragment reward that you can collect at Alir's office desk within the Cafe Terrace. So, if you didn't know about it already, go collect that massive hoard of bond fragments that you're probably sitting on. And since we're at the desk anyways, you can make donations to 4 different regions in this world for better post-battle exploration rewards and item sets, but don't throw too much money into this, it's not worth it. What is worth it, however, is if you're playing with online connectivity and you keep stepping on purple tiles and getting random items like iron axes and daggers and things like that. Sell those things. It can really add up, you can make a lot of money, and it will probably help out your playthrough because you're not going to be using all these items anyways. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to relay trials. Most players have not touched it, and there is an ongoing bug where searching publicly will yield no results, so you can't even find a lobby to join into and play the relay trial itself, which is a shame because some of the rewards that you can get are pretty good. Outside of crystals to upgrade your engaged weapons, you can get other weapons, items, gifts, and permanent stat boosters. The game makes no effort to communicate that these rewards are available to you for successfully clearing the relay trials. All I thought we were going to get were these crystals for the engaged weapons, but no, you get a lot more stuff. And the best part is that it barely takes any time to do, and even if your relay trial fails, at least you get some gold to make up for that time. Every real world day, we are given 1 relay ticket just for visiting Somnio, and another for scanning an amiibo figure for the first time of that day. These relay tickets can be redeemed to start a relay trial where you have to work together with other players to clear a map. Each player will be able to deploy a limited number of units with a limited number of turns to play until passing it over to the next player, so there's this little mini game of you setting up correctly for the next player so that way they can succeed. And I personally think that players should do this as soon as they unlock it because it's great, it's a bit of fun, and it gets you tangible rewards without too much time investment. I plan on sharing a batch of my relay trial codes every weekend for the foreseeable future. so that anyone in our community has a chance to do these trials. If you want to share your own for me or anyone else to help you clear, is comment your trial code and the difficulty that you set on that weekly community post, and if it doesn't get done, post it in the next week as well. To make sure that you don't miss this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell to all, so that way you'll be notified whenever the community post goes live. With that said, what frustrated you the most to learn about in Fire Emblem Engage? Let us know in the comments below. And I mentioned earlier, some things are better left unexplained so that we the players get the satisfaction of discovering them. Some of these things are simple but fun interactions that are very effective for helping you survive maddening difficulty, so check it out, video on screen right now, if you want to learn more about these interactions. My name is Varsona, I'll see you next time.